and welcome back to the Heartmoor podcast. My name is Stacey and this is episode, I have no idea at all because I didn't look it up and I'm recording on my phone and now I can't check. Yes, this is the Heartmoor podcast, which is a podcast about knitting, crochet, sometimes some other little bits and pieces, but not today. It's just knitting and crochet. I'm a bit of a sporadic podcaster. So I tend to sort of try and film on the holidays when my kids are away. And it is now the summer holidays in the southwest of England, probably in all of England, but I'm in the southwest. And my husband has taken my 3 daughters away on a weekend camping trip. He does it every year. So I get a few days at home on my own to sort of just chill out. Yes, so welcome back to anyone that's watched before, and a big welcome to any new subscribers. I've had a couple. I'd like to know where you came from. That would be lovely if you let me know below, sort of, you know, how you found me. And I feel a bit out of practice. I really should do this more often. Yeah, I've got a few finished objects, some works in progress, and it was my birthday on Thursday, and I should probably say today is Sunday the 30th. The 30th or the 31st? When's August? It's Sunday, 27. So I'm counting on for my birthday. It's Sunday the 30th of July, and yeah, my birthday was on Thursday, so I've got some birthday goodies, and there are some acquisitions in my birthday goodies, so I thought I might show you those at the end. What should we chat about? Should we get straight into the knitting? Because that's why most of you are here. Okay, so I've got 3 finished objects. I think one of them was work in progress last time you saw it, and the others are brand new. And that's the problem, isn't it, with leaving it so long in between recording, is that you just, yeah, you don't get to see so much of the progress. So I will try and make this more regular. So my first work in progress is in this lovely Ollie and Bella bag. Cherie is a good friend of mine, and I've got this bag in her autumn update. She said she's going to be doing another update soon, so I don't know if she'll do another one for autumn winter, but hopefully. And this is a pair of socks that I was working on last time. Me and Cherie were doing a mini sort of stripy sock along with each other, and I was knitting a pair of socks in this, hang on, it's all trapped, everything's stuck in the bag, in this beautiful yarn. Look at that, really, really pretty, beautiful self-striping yarn from the Yarn Badger. Logo, and this is in the colourway Peacock, and it's a superwash. It's a superwash BFL with 20% nylon. Really, really pretty. It's got, you can tell it's that BFL. It's got like that slightly rougher texture, which I really like. And the mini I used. Hang on, I'm rubbish at this. Hang on. Was just a random little mini I found in my stash. I did a mini Christmas swap a couple of years ago, so it might have come from that, but I have no idea. And anyway, let's show you the finished socks. Here they are. That is, for a hand dyer, that is such a beautiful self-striping yarn. Normally sort of, well, the ones that I've always had, the self-striping ones from hand dyers are just traditional stripes. But this one's got like, oh, it's so beautiful, it's so cleverly done. I've got a sock blocker, but I've got another sock on it. Let me just take it off and put it on a blocker for you so you can see it. My sock blockers are not big enough. I think I need another one. Yeah, so that's a beautiful one. So I cast on 64 stitches, which I always do for my socks. I think I did 25 rounds of ribbing, and then yeah, knitted down just until I felt like I had a long enough sock. Slip, stitch, heel, flap and gusset, and then a wedge toe. So and I did manage to get the matching look. So it's really tricky with this kind of yarn. The repeat is really long. Can you see the repeat goes all the way from here? I'm pointing to the back. The repeat goes all the way from here down to here. And I think it was just pure luck that by the time I'd got to the end of the sock, I only had to unwind, I think, where's the end of the sock? I have absolutely no idea. Yeah, I only had to unwind this, I only had to lose like this much before I sort of started on the blue again. So that just worked out really well for me. These are the first socks that I knitted on. So I normally knit all my socks on 2.5, well my fingering socks on 2.5mm DPNs. But I thought they'd been getting a bit loose, so I knitted these on 2.25mm DPNs. These are Knit Pro. And it's snug, but they're a really good fit. However, so I think what I'm going to do next time, now that I've sort of done, I've got lots in 2.5 and I've got a lot in, now I've got a set in 2.25, I'm going to see how they wear and see if they stretch. But if not, I'm going to do the top half of the, I'm going to do the leg in 2.25 and then, no, I'm going to do the leg in 2.5 because that's where they were the snuggest, and then do the foot in 2.25 because that's where they fitted best. So yes, that's a nice simple pair of socks. I started that, I think I was working on those on the last podcast, or I was about to, I can't remember. But they are finished and I have entered those into Crazy Sock Lady's Summer Sock Camp. Kay from the Crazy Sock Lady. So I've entered those into Summer Sock Camp on the floor. My next finished object is another pair of socks that you haven't, oh maybe you have seen. I cast these on before I cast those ones on, but then I put them on hold because they were lace and I needed some just vanilla socks. So here we have my second pair of finished socks. I have two, and oh, I'm supposed to come sit at the end of my chair so you can see this better. These are the Copper Conifer socks by Rachel Fletcher, who is one half of Twin Set and Pearl. And I'd had this pattern in my Ravelry for ages and ages and ages. And it's so beautiful. It really stretches out. When it's off the sock, it doesn't look, it looks completely different. It just looks like you can see all these like little lines. But when it stretches out, they become like these really beautiful like circles. So it's a really clever pattern. It was memorizable. It was only a 4-stitch repeat. Yeah, so it was quite easy. I was easy to memorize, and it didn't take sort of much focus. Nice simple 4-stitch repeat. These were done on 2.5mm needles because it's lace work. I thought it would be a bit tighter, and they are. So 2.5mm DPNs was perfect. The mini is Bougainvillea from Beehive Yarns. I had that left over from an Oslo hat that I'd made for my daughter. And I think I've done 20 rounds of ribbing on this one. 64 stitches again. And the main yarn is by Layfamily Yarns, and it's called Angelique. See if I can find it. So that's the mini. Really beautiful purple. And the main yarn, there it is in the skein. Really pretty, like pale green with flecks of pink and purple and all sorts in. And yeah, this is called by Layfamily Yarns. I don't think my camera is focusing very well, sorry. Camera, phone. And yeah, it's called Angelique and it's a 75/25. I don't know if they dye this anymore, but I think it's beautiful, that pale green look with all those flecks of pink and purple in it, and it matches the mini perfectly. Yeah, slip, stitch, heel, flap and gusset, my favourite type of socks. I have really high arch and they just fit me perfectly. I can't really wear any other types of heels, so generally that's the heel I do for myself. And yeah, they're really, really beautiful. So I finished those the other day, so now I can wear them. Let's pop those ones away. And they are being held, or they were being held, in my yarn stuff bag. And this is from a company on Instagram called My Bags of Stuff. And you can just basically put anything above and then stuff. So yeah, I use that one for socks. My third finished object is, it was not, I hadn't started it. Oh, a needle. Oh, needle, oh my God. Hang on, I got a collection of, what's a collection of needles called? A porcupine of needles that have fallen out of the bag. And I'm sat on them and I don't want to, hang on, I don't want to poke my bottom. I think I found them all. Wouldn't like to sit on a needle. Yes, my next finished object wasn't a work in progress last time, so I started it after my last podcast. But I think I'd said I had this yarn. Where's my bag? There it is. This was in my Moo and Mouse bag. That's Harriet the Hedgehog from a couple of years ago. She does a new sort of character every Christmas. That was Harriet the Hedgehog. And that's Moo and Mouse in there. Yeah. Can you see that? Moo and Mouse. And I was going to make a Felix cardigan in this, fluff everywhere, in this delightful black yarn, which is Drops Big Merino, and it's 100% superwash merino wool. It's an Aran weight, so it's quite thick. It's super soft. Obviously you'd expect that from a sort of superwash merino, but it's really, really soft. But I didn't want to do a cardigan. I went to do the cardigan and I thought, it's black. I don't think I can face, I've never knitted a cardigan before, and I just didn't think I could face picking up button bands and things like that in black. Ooh. So I made instead the Felix pullover, because I already had the pattern anyway. And here it is. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this because it is in black. Oh, there's a hair all over it. I only just blocked this the other day, so I think it's dry. Yeah. Ooh. So there it is. Felix pullover, known for its sort of, you can see that stitch pattern. It's known for its sort of raglan pattern down the raglan, which is really, really beautiful. There is an end there, but I've tied that on so I know which is the back. So I will put it on for you. I made size 4, I think, but I do put all the details on my Ravelry page. I'm up to date. I am pretty good with my projects, and I put all my, I put as many details into them as I can. Oh, so I really just want, I've got a white t-shirt on underneath, which isn't gonna look particularly good, but I just wanted a cozy jumper that I could just throw on. Yeah, let me just move you back a bit. And yeah, here we go. So it's a really nice neckline. It's not too high. It's got short rows. You can see the pattern going down the raglan. I made them quite long because that's how I like my sleeves. And hang on, let this up. Yep, so it's a really good fit. It hits just my hip bone. I haven't got a lot of ease, maybe 4 inches, maybe a little bit more. 4 inches, 4 or 5 inches. But it's a really, really cozy and comfy jumper. Something I can just hang about in winter and relax and chill out in, and it's so soft, and I don't care if it stretches. Knitted it in a week. It's because it's Aran weight, and the things are down the back as well. You see them there? Yeah, I knitted it in a week, so it's Aran weight. It was super quick. So I wouldn't say no to more Felixes in my life, although there's so many patterns out there that I rarely knit the same one twice. But yeah, And I did the sleeves are really nice. They're more tapered than I thought, but they fit absolutely beautifully. They're like proper hugging my arm, which I love. Wow, this is really cozy. I might keep this on. It's a bit cooler today. We've had some mixed weather in England, or certainly in the southwest. It's been like every day it's been like sunny, then cloudy, then raining, then cold, then hot, then sunny, and like a whole mix of all of those every single day. But today is proper rainy. It's drizzling outside and raining, so I hope the guys camping aren't having too much misery. Oh, do you know what? I'm gonna have to take it off. I'm hot now. It's still warm even though it's raining. It's probably about like 18 degrees, but still too warm for a thick merino jumper. Yeah, really enjoyed knitting this. I think I knitted it. I didn't make any changes. Maybe it might be slightly longer than the pattern because I don't like things cropped. I think I used the recommended needles. And yeah, the yarn, it's come out with that, I don't know if you can see, it's got like a twist to it. You can see it's like, it's created like stripes. Like every stitch has got like a bumpy bit and then a bit that looks almost like a straight line. And Laura from Penrose Knits was saying in one of her podcasts the other day, it's something to do with the way that the yarn is spun or twisted. I'm not an expert at all. And I had no idea why. I thought maybe it was something to do with my tension, but it's been blocked and everything and it hasn't changed it. And I've knitted something else similarly recently, and you know, I don't get these stripes, so it can only be sort of something to do with the yarn. But I don't mind it. It's still, you know, it still looks like, yeah, it looks almost a bit like ribbing actually. But I don't mind it. Yeah, lovely cozy jumper. So I'm excited for winter so I can wear that one. Okay, hang on, I need a drink because I'm not used to talking because my family's been away since Thursday and I haven't spoken to anyone since then. So yeah, I tend to not go out when they're when they go away. I really like just like proper solitude. You don't get that very often in life, do you? And I just have like 3 or 4 days of complete and utter solitude, and for me, like that's, I love it. I really am I'm a social person, and I love going out and I love meeting my friends and things like that. Maybe this would be a good opportunity to do that, but I just like the solitude is everything. So and I've been watching the Women's World Cup as well, so that's been on every morning, so I've been enjoying that. Okay, works in progress. I have 3. What to show you first. So I'm gonna count on the fact that I don't think my children watch this. My eldest used to watch all my podcasts, but I don't think she has for a while, so I'm gonna hope they're not watching this. So you might remember from about 2 years ago, so you probably won't remember, that I got this book for my birthday. In fact, it probably was 2 years ago. And it's the Knitted Animal Friends book by Louise Crowther. There you go. And I had the yarn. I got the yarn to make one of each of these for my girls for Christmas. It didn't happen 2 years ago, and it didn't happen last year, so it's going to happen this year. And it's absolutely beautiful. You make the doll, the accessories, everything. So I am making 3 of them. I am making, where is she? Bella the cat. Isn't she beautiful? I am making, oh, am I doing that one? No. I've forgotten which ones I'm doing. I'm doing this one. This is Charlotte the Fox. Although for some reason I don't seem to have her skin colour anywhere. I may have to rebuy that. And I am also making, oh, where's the other one? Hang on a minute. Hang on. There we go. Maisie the pig. Isn't she lovely? Look at her little shoes. So yes, those are the 3 that I am making. And I haven't done loads because it's just so fiddly. I'm not an amigurumi. Sorry. I'm not an amigurumi person normally. I'm not into fiddly stuff and I avoid it wherever possible. But basically where I am at is I'm on Bella the cat first, and this is her body. Her body is done. This is one of her feet, look. One of her little feet. Actually, she's quite big. Hang on, let me put this together. I'm not going to put it together because it's harder to hide it once it's all made up. So I'm not going to put it together until nearer Christmas. So that's the head and the body and the legs. I mean, look, that's quite big. Yeah, so I've got the body, the head. I've got, where's the other one? I've got 2 legs. I have 2 arms, 2 little ears, and a tail. And this is knitted in, I'm using the exact colours that the book recommends. There's the yarn, there's my bag of yarn. So I'm using the exact colours that the book recommends for each animal. And this is in Scheepjes Stone Washed. And this is a cotton, so 78% cotton and 22% acrylic. It's super soft. For a mainly cotton yarn with a bit of acrylic in, it is unbelievably soft. And it's even got like this halo. Can you see that? Like, there, it's like got this halo. Colours aren't quite coming out to, it's a really vibrant sort of ginger colour. Yeah, it's super soft, and this would be lovely for a kids clothing because it's cotton, a little bit of acrylic, which would make it a bit more washable. So yes, that's the yarn I'm using. I just put that away before I get it all mixed up. So that is her body, Bella the cat's body. I'm using the needles that's recommended. I've got lots of straight, just using these simple straight needles that used to be my grand's. And yesterday I knitted, it took me about 6 hours, but I knitted this. That's so cute. Yeah, this is Bella's jumper. So it's a little lace work. It's a little lace work jumper. There's even a bit of lace on the arm, look. Can you see that? A little bit of lace work on the end of the arm. And it does up at the back, so there's like a split. And there'll be there's like 3 little buttonholes on that one, and there'll be buttons on there, so that will do up like that at the back, but that's Bella's jumper. So I just need to make her skirt and her knickers, and Bella is finished, ready for sort of making up nearer Christmas, and then I will start on the pig. So yeah, super excited about making those for my girls. I think they'll love them. They're big into soft toys, as most sort of young girls are. Yeah, so can't wait to do that. And then maybe I'll just make all the others just for me because I like them too. My next work in progress is a crochet one. And so last year I was getting, so Shannon from Blue Fern Yarns started a palette club. And basically every month she'd put up an image of a picture, and then she'd dye the yarns to reflect that image. And there was 5 skeins, 5 20-gram minis in each pack. I got the DK ones, and I got it for the whole of 2022. It's the first time I've ever like committed and bought a club every single month. Was it 2022? Yeah, 2022 was last year. And so I've got one of her, there we go, got one of her ball bands down here. So that's Blue Fern Yarns, and it's they were 75% 2-portion merino, 25% nylon DK, and that was just the June one as an example. And I have been crocheting them into a blanket. It's a blanket of my own design. So what I did each month, oh no, I've just taken that part, never mind, doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Get over it, Stacey. Oh no, that's right. Hang on, let me get them out. So I have been crocheting these into a blanket of my own design. I don't know, I might release it later in the year. I haven't decided. And basically I was crocheting them into panels. So this is just moss stitch, and each month I would make a panel like this. So these are the ones I haven't sort of put into the blanket yet. This one's super pretty. I love that pink, really lovely. This one I think was autumn. Look at the colours in that one. So yeah, every month I'm sort of knitting these into I knitted them into a panel. Then what I'm doing, I can't talk properly today. Then what I'm doing is crocheting the panels together. So like for this one, so this is the back. So I'm just using undyed, I'm actually using 4-ply because I didn't want anything too bulky, but an undyed yarn, and I'm just crocheting it together like that. So this is the right side. So I didn't want there to be any visible seams. I just wanted the colours to sort of sit next to each other. So that's sort of the right side, and then on the wrong side you can see sort of the white seam, which is also pretty. And then once they're in a big long panel, so this is the first 6 months of the year. So this is the right, I'm gonna have to, you won't be able to see my mouth, apologies. I'm going to show you the right side and then the wrong side. So here is the first, so this was January, and then February, March, April, and May, and June. And it, oh, I can't hold it up properly. Oh, look at that. Look at those colours together. I love the fact that there's no, it forward a bit. I love the fact that there's no seam between them, and it's just, yeah, I mean you can see a little bit where it's stretched a little bit of the white, but I love the fact that there's no seam. And then the back of the blanket, hair in my mouth, you can obviously see the seam that joins them all together. And so my plan is to do, so this is the first 6 months of the year, so I just need to do the second 6 months of the year, and then I'll crochet them together, and then I will have a huge, beautiful, it's so drapey, it's lovely, a beautiful crocheted palette blanket. That's what I'm calling it. It's my palette blanket. Oh, it's so lovely. I quite like the wrong side as well, to be honest. I don't know, which do you prefer? The wrong side where you can see the join, or the right side? I could have used a thicker, you know, a thicker yarn to join it, but I really wanted something as unobtrusive as possible, because the idea is that there's no seams. There won't be a border. It's just going to be a beautiful story of colour throughout the year. And Shannon, I think she's doing a palette set for this year as well, which I haven't done obviously because I did it last year and I can't do it every year. But Shannon's colours are so beautiful. This is my favourite month actually. This was January, February, March, this one here. That was my favourite month with the pink and the green. Yeah, that was my favourite month. So yes, so that is my crochet blanket. It's not going to take long to do. It's really just sewing in ends and joining it, which is not my funnest job, which is why it's still sat here. But if I need to get that finished, and then I don't know whether to release that as a pattern or not. I might release it in time for sort of winter. It would be an amazing, it's a great way to use up minis. Each one of those is just 20 grams of DK. So if you had fingering, you just hold it double, or you just hold it with a plain yarn. It would be a fantastic Advent project. I think there are, how many colours? Oh, well, there's too many colours for Advent, isn't there? 5 times 12, so 60 colours. 60 different colours in that. But you could do a monochrome one. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it's worth releasing it as a pattern? I don't really know. I've never released a pattern before, so I don't really know the ins and outs of it. I haven't even written it, so it wouldn't be difficult to write up. It's a basic crochet blanket. There's no grading. Yeah, so we'll see about that one. And this is being held in a bag that came from Fruitful Fusion. I got one of their mystery mini sets, and this sort of tie-dye bag was included with that. Okay, I have one more work in progress. This is my favourite one. Yes, okay. So I got from from Ruth Loves to Knit, so the lovely Ruth, she was having a de-stash and she had this gorgeous cone of Holst Super Soft. I love Holst Super Soft, and this is in the colour Wave. It's a light fingering, I think. It's fingering, but I think it's quite a light fingering. And I love knitting with this. It is rough, it's still got spinning oils. It just smells like a sheep, so good. And I love knitting with this. I've got some burgundy upstairs that I'm knitting a Christmas jumper with, but it's been on hold since earlier this year. So that'll probably be a work in progress in the next video. But so I love this stuff. And this is such a beautiful colour. And after I didn't make the Felix cardigan, I thought, do you know what? I still really want the cardigan. So I decided to knit. I've just got to put some stitch stoppers on these. I can't. These people, when I watch their podcast and they lose stitches and they're like, oh, I've lost some stitches. And I'm like, sorry, I just had a text. I was trying to read it. I'll come back to it. And they're like, oh, I lost stitches. And I'm like, losing stitches panics me. I mean, this yarn, because it's super woolly, if you pull a stitch out, they don't go anywhere. They literally just, like, they're frozen in time. So it's not too bad. But I'm not good with losing stitches at all. So put some stitch stoppers on it. So this is the Whitmoor cardigan, and it's a pattern by Amy Lowden. I haven't written any notes for today. You might have heard of the Whitmoor sweater, I don't know, but this is the Whitmoor cardigan. So I've done quite a bit. I cast this on as like my birthday cast on at the beginning of the month because I fancied one. Hang on, my yarn is going everywhere. I'm holding the Holst double for this because it's a DK weight cardigan, so I'm holding the yarn double. And here it is. It's really, really beautiful. I'll try and put a picture up so you can see what it looks like when it's blocked and finished, because it's lace work, it will need blocking. And it's really cleverly designed. So you knit the button band, where is it? You knit the button band along with at the same time that you knit the cardigan, so you haven't got to come back and pick up stitches. So that was really appealing to me because I'm not a fan of picking up stitches. I can do it, but I just don't like it. So that was appealing. And this is the back, and it's this really beautiful lace pattern. I'll hold this up, can you see that? And that goes down sort of half down, that's the yoke, and then you've got the body. I'll try on one half for you. I have done the body and one arm, and I did the balloon arms, so it's like bulky, this big bulky arm that sort of nips in at the end. Again, I've done it quite long, and this is, it's definitely going to need a block. Hang on, let's see if I can put this up on. I can't get my arm through it because I haven't got a thingy on it. And yeah, so this is sort of my cardigan. It hits me. Hang on, I'm moving you away. Okay. It sort of hits me here. And it's all rolled up. So it hits me at my hip again. You can just about see on the back. Yeah, so I think once it's finished and blocked, it's going to be bloody gorgeous. And I cannot wait to wear this. I think it could be styled sort of casual or up, you know, with a really pretty sort of like camisole underneath, and then this with a pair of skinny jeans, or yeah. So I can't wait to get that finished. I'm literally this far on the second arm. I'm sat on the yarn now, so it's sticking to my bottom. Yeah, so I've just started the second arm, so I've got a way to go because obviously that's how long the arm is. But being DK, it knits up really quickly and there's no decreases. It's just knit, 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 knit. I think I've got about 15 inches or so to go before I can do the cuff. And yeah, it was a really simple lace pattern. I needed to pay attention. You can read your knitting. I have made a mistake though, so it's rectifiable. So you can see there's all these yarn overs, etc. Well, one of the yarn overs was supposed to be here and I've done it there instead. So I don't think you'll miss the fact that there isn't a yarn over here, but obviously there's a blimmin' great, there we go. You won't miss the fact that there isn't a yarn over there, so I'm not too worried about that, but there's a blimmin' great hole right here. So I'm just going to stitch that closed, and it's right at the front. It would be. But that's just me. I was just not paying attention and put the yarn over in the wrong place. But it's a really simple, really pretty lace pattern. This yarn is amazing. This cardigan is going to be amazing. Cannot wait to wear it. It's a lot of purling, like my hands. I'm an English style knitter, and while I'm pretty speedy, and my knits and purls, my gauge is absolutely fine between sort of going in the straight, going in the round, knits and purls. There's no, my gauge is pretty even and good with that, but it just aches my little hands, because I knit and then I let go. I'm one of those type of knitters, so I let go of my needle while I wrap my yarn. So, and then this hand then has extra tension because it's holding everything really tight. So yeah, cardigans are not my favourite thing to knit. I might do a steeked one next time. I've really got a craving to try steeking. So I might try and find a steeked cardigan out there. Maybe a colourwork steeked cardigan or something like that. If I'm going to do steeking, I've got to make it worth it and put some colourwork in. I've got some yarn upstairs that I really want to make into something colourworky. I haven't quite got enough for what I want. I need like another skein. I don't know why I think a cardigan's going to be any less. It's not, is it? It's exactly the same because I'm going to steek it, so it's basically a jumper. So that was a really pointless line of thinking. Anyway, that is my last work in progress. So move that back over there because I'll be working on that today. They're back from camping tomorrow, so today's my last full day of, I'm trying to knit the Christmas gifts while the girls aren't here. So I haven't sort of touched the cardigan for a few days, but I really want it back in. I really want it finished and I want to wear it, so yes. Okay, so that is everything I'm working on. I'm going to pick up so future knitting. I want to pick up my Christmas sweater that I started last year. So that's probably one of my podcasts from, and do you know what? It probably isn't on any of my previous podcasts because I'm trying to remember when I last did one. Anyway, I'm knitting the fallow, but I won't talk about that now. So I'm going to pick that up once the cardigan's finished and try and finish my Christmas jumper. I want to knit a colourwork sweater. I've got some yarn that I really want to use. I've just got to make the yardage work. I might have to knit a slightly smaller size and lose some weight, basically. I can't get another skein of yarn, and it won't be because the yarn I want to use has come from like a mill. That's a few I went to at Easter. I talk about it in the podcast there actually. I think I showed it, and I've got 4 skeins, but it'll never be the same dye. It'll be completely different, and I don't want to. I'm not a fan of, what's it called when you alternate skeins and all that. I don't like doing that. So I tend not to knit in hand dyed yarn for that very reason. Anyway, so, and then what else do I want to do? Oh, there's so much. I want to start working my way through my 52 weeks of socks book. I've got 1 pair already started that I started like last year, maybe 2 years ago. So I want to finish those. And then I've got to start thinking about Christmas socks because I knit my girls and my whole family. We all have new pairs of Christmas socks on Christmas morning. So I need to start thinking about that. I've got an idea. I try and theme it. So one year it was DK socks, then another year it was self-striping. Last year was sparkly yarn. So we all had sparkly socks. So I've got an idea for this year's Christmas themed socks. So stay tuned. Yeah, I wanted to knit loads of summer tops, but I'm not feeling summer anymore. Like September is a month away and I'm just not feeling the summer tops. So I don't know when the right time to knit summer tops is. I want to knit winter clothes all year round. I'm a weirdo. Okay, acquisitions. So I will show you my birthday gifts because that's basically it. I haven't got any other yarny acquisitions. We're trying to be sensible with money. We've got a big holiday booked for next year that we're sort of trying to pay off. So I can't buy too much. But I did have, so Cherie from Ollie and Bella, my lovely friend gave me a voucher for the Fibre Fox. So she's got a pre-order coming up on the 5th of August and I'm desperate for the Feyre colourway. So I'm going to order some Feyre. Feyre is from A Quarter of Thorn and Roses by Sarah J Maas. You might have heard of the book. It's one of my favourite books. So I'm going to order some Feyre from Fibre Fox with that voucher. Thank you, Cherie. Love you very much. And what else did I get? So, bag of goodies. When you hit your midlife, I'm going to call myself midlife now. I'm in my midlife. You don't get as many presents. I got money off of people, which is very nice, and that will also go towards probably yarn. But I did get some goodies. So from my husband and my girls, I got this absolutely gorgeous bag by Pom Pom. Look at the little Pom Pom. Yeah, and it's Pom Pom London. You're never going to be able to see that on this little tag. And it is beautiful. It's 100% leather. It comes with a strap. It's got a pocket on the back, bigger pocket on the front, and then inside it's just, yeah, got like a little pouch and then a zipped pocket. But I didn't have a little, sort of a small zipped bag, so I really wanted that. And this stone colour from Pom Pom is going to go with everything. I'm so excited to use this. Obviously, I haven't been anywhere since my birthday, but I'm going to the theatre next weekend. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it then. We're supposed to get 2 free, like they do these beautiful fabric woven straps. And you were supposed to get 2 free ones with it, but my husband didn't know how to put the code in and he didn't get them. But he has emailed them and they have said they would send them on because he's such an idiot. And yeah, so they are going to send me hopefully the 2 fabric straps that I can put on this. So that was my beautiful Pom Pom bag. And then I also got some yarn, funnily enough, from the Fibre Fox. I got these 2 skeins of DK. There she is, the Fibre Fox. And it's this beautiful colour. It's called Hydrangea. And it's 100% Luxe Merino. 225 metres for 100 grams. So I've got 200 grams of that. I don't know what to do so much with 200 grams of DK. So I'm not a shawl person. I could make a cowl, but that only really take, I don't think it would take 2. But it would be really nice colour work, I think. So if I found a really nice one that had lots of colour work in, this would make really beautiful colour work. So I might save it for colour work. What else did I get? Oh, look, my Pom Pom bag has its own Pom Pom bag. Ooh, yarn bag. Ooh, new project bag. Yes, new project bag. Here we go. Dun, dun, dun. I got from my mother-in-law. She gave me some money, but also these beautiful bath bombs. I haven't had a chance to use them yet. I don't really bath in the summer so much. What's this one? Lavender and ylang, maybe. This one is orange and Mei Chang. And this one is lavender and geranium. So I've got 3 big bath, they're massive, look. Big bath bombs. And then I got, from my parents, they bought me a little birthday cake. And then I got some nail polish from Blue Sky. And this beauty. Are you ready? Look at that. Oh, it's one of those like make your own houses. This, I'm going to put it right in front of my face. Look at that, it's a greenhouse. Oh my gosh. The detail in this is going to take me years, I think, to make. Has anyone ever made one of these before? it just looks, I can't wait to have this little greenhouse and then just put it on a shelf somewhere and just look at it all the time. Look at the detail in that. Look at the lights inside and all the, oh. So I'm gonna start making that. Very excited. And then off my other lovely friend, oh, I got some candles off another friend, which I'm already using, and they're up around the place, so I can't show those. And then from one of my other lovely friends, I got the listography journal. And basically, it's your, as it says on the front, it's your life in lists. And it's just a whole load of lists. So every day, not every day, but you just add to the list. So this one is, list the times you've had an audience. List professions you'd like to try. List the best things about you. The list isn't long enough. List your most embarrassing moments or habits, your guilty pleasures, best purchases, favourite books, or that one will be tricky. Anyway, so that's really lovely. And she also got me, oh yes, a whole box all to myself. Love for Crochet. So that, yeah, and that was my birthday treats. So I think I did, I won't fit in the bag. I think I did pretty well with my birthday treats. I'm going to put everything back in because my girls and my husband went camping on my birthday, so they haven't actually seen a lot of this. And that was absolutely fine. I was, the only way they could get 4 nights in was if they left on the Thursday. And so we went out on Tuesday for my birthday. We went to the otter and butterfly farm that's local to us and saw some beautiful butterflies and some otters. There was a very cheeky otter that was having a bit of a scratch of his favourite place. I'll put a little pic of him in here, and enjoying it very much, as you can see. So we did that on the Tuesday. So on the Thursday, they gave me my presents in the morning and then they went camping. So they haven't seen all my other presents. And then in the evening, my parents took me out for dinner, which is nice because I don't often get to see my parents on my birthday because I spend it with, you know, my husband and my girls. So that was nice. And then, yeah, next weekend, we're into life stuff now, you know. Go with the flow on this thing, don't we? Fluidity. That's what this is all about. Next weekend, they're going camping again with another friend. Again, they do that every year. In fact, next year is their 10th anniversary of camping as a group. So it's only 3 nights next weekend, but I am going to the theatre and out for a cream tea with a friend. So that will be lovely. And then, yeah, we've just got a few busy weekends. My eldest daughter is 15. And she was selected for an international guiding trip. She's a girl guide. And she was selected for an international trip. So she is going away for 10 days to Switzerland and Belgium. So she's getting the train up to London and then they're all going to train up to Switzerland as a group. And they've got loads of activities in Switzerland, Lucerne and tobogganing and the International Guide Centre in Lucerne. And then they're coming back to Belgium and doing a chocolate making factory in Brussels. They're going to a chocolate making factory and having a workshop. And then they come back to London and then back down to the southwest. So she's got a really busy holiday. And then at the end of August, we are going for a week holiday to Normandy in France. We've booked a caravan with a site called Ciblou. And we've used them in the past. They're amazing. Such great sites for families, even adults, but for families, they're incredible. Like the entertainment and the pools and the caravans there are amazing. So I'm really looking forward to go to Normandy. Going to Bayeux, take the kids to see the tapestry, go to some of the Normandy beaches and show them the history, and Le Mont-Saint-Michel, which is one of my favourite places. Yes, so super excited, really busy holiday. I hope to podcast again at the end of August. Maybe, I'm away. Maybe before the holiday, and then I'm back to work. We come back from holiday. I've got 1 day off and then I'm back to work. I work in a school, so I'm off in the holidays. Yeah, 6 weeks goes so quick. When you get to the beginning of it, it's like, yeah, 6 weeks. But I'm already a week down and I'm away for a week. I'm like, oh, I've got 4 weeks left. Anyway, yeah, so I think that's all the life stuff. I know some people like to hear about books and stuff. I'm I'm a bit of an avid reader, and by a bit, I think I've read about 160 books this year, which sounds ridiculous. It is ridiculous, but they're not all long books, and I read them like, you know, a lot of them are like, I like a fantasy romance. That's kind of my favourite genre. Werewolves and vampires and all that kind of stuff. Nothing sensible here. I love that kind of genre. And I have a reading Kindle, but I also have the app on my phone, so I literally just read wherever I am. If I'm stirring dinner, I'll have my phone here and I'll be going, ooh, stir, 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 read, stir. You get it. So I read all the time. So it's hard for me to talk about books when I come to a podcast, because I've probably read about 40 since our last podcast, and I can't talk about them all, but I am on Goodreads. So if you're interested in any recommendations, I always sort of rate my reads. I'm on there as Stacey J Lew, so STACEYJLEW, and I'm on Goodreads. So if you want to give me a follow, that would be great. And yes, I think that's the end of the podcast. I would love to grow this channel. I'm stagnating a little bit. I don't know why. Probably because I'm not very frequent, and it's really hard to get yourself out there, isn't it? So it would be lovely if you could give me a like and subscribe. Tell your friends, get them to come watch. That would be really nice. But otherwise, have a lovely summer or winter, depending on where you live. Oh, do you know, if you had a house in Australia, so I'm a winter person, if I had a house in Australia, I could live there for 6 months and then live here for 6 months. And it would never be summer. There's a thought. Have a lovely season, and I will hopefully see you again in a few weeks. Bye.